Welcome to Adventures with Kramer. So tonight we're going to have part 2 of making the spicy peppered beef jerky. It's had just about 24 hours in order to be able to marinate. A little longer than I normally do, but it works out pretty good. And so what I've been able to do is do a little bit of cleaning on my dehydrator. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So this is my dehydrator. It's a Kasori. For some reason I feel like it was a 200 watt. Works out great. Ends up having stainless steel racks inside there. Did go through and help to rinse them off and get the racks nice and clean. After making jerky, there's always a lot of jerky that gets stuck to it. So I like being able to get that cleaned off. So I'll get those put inside the dehydrator for a little bit to be able to help start drying off. Just on some low temperature. This is what the meat ended up turning out like. I'm happy with it. There's a fair amount of pepper on there. You can see a little bit of the red pepper flakes mixed in, so I'm hoping there's some nice spice in it. And so what I'm gonna start doing next is helping start lay out some of the pieces of meat and put a little bit more black pepper on there. And then Bailey was a little thirsty. Weren't you, Bailey? Huh? So now that we got all these inside here, they're real nice high quality stainless steel. I like how they're set up. I liked having it to where the wires are on top instead of creating a little bit of a lip there. But between the 6 of them, they work out great. And so let me just try and get this turned on here for a second. I like to just have it dry out a little bit, do a little bit of preheating. It's at 95 now. When I actually start to do the meat though, I'll bump it all the way up to 165. And this will take all night in order to be able to dehydrate whenever I start getting the meat on there. Works out good. So the goal now is to take all this meat and start laying it out onto the sheet here and just start sprinkling it over with some pepper and getting it put onto the different drying racks. Okay, so I want to show you a couple examples of what it is I'm talking about. And so let's take a piece of meat in here. I already got my hands nice and clean. And there's a little bit of fat on there. It's not that bad. But this is going to end up making a real nice piece of jerky. Definitely shrink down quite a bit. I can see some pepper flakes in there. I'm using a coarse ground black pepper. I don't like the fine ground, especially on jerky. And so all I'm going to do from here is just take this, put down a couple pieces, take some of this out of here. I'm still just drying out the racks a little bit from the rinsing them off and getting them nice and clean. So put down a few pieces, double checking it, making sure it's all okay. Then I just have a bowl, fill full of some pepper, and just put a little zest into it. Not zest, my word, I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Just want to try and get that extra little bit of pepper inside there. Once I've done this, now I can take it and start transferring it onto the racks and add that over to there and end up seasoning it real nice, because if I just leave it without adding that extra black pepper, it's missing way too much. So time for the time lapse. So I ended up getting all 6 of those different trays done. I have a little bit left over, so I'm going to go ahead and put that away just so I can deal with that on my next batch. Try and help make some more. I just washed my hands, so I don't want to touch it all over again, then rewash my hands again. Yeah, there we go. Let's set that in the sink. So it ended up turning out pretty good. Happy with it. Some of the pieces are a little bit more kind of tore up than I thought they might be. And so let's take a little bit closer look here. Grab a flashlight. So hopefully you can see that nice and well inside there. Have all 6 trays. I mean, they are loaded. And so in case you're wondering, I did do all this disinfecting with like disinfecting wipes on the handles and stuff before I did this. That's why I wasn't sitting and washing my hands in between each time I had to open up the door. I really do like that the door has a magnetic latching over here, but whenever I'm loading it up, it just kind of gets in the way a little bit, but it's not too bad. So let's go ahead and get this started. Super easy to be able to do. The power's on, so then I just touch temperature. I want to increase that. If I press and hold it, it goes up nice and fast. Now I want to get all the way up to 165. 95 is the lowest it'll go. 165 is the highest. I touch again. Just at 3.5 hours in, and it is looking really good. Super happy with it. Smells really good too.